Hello there folks, I'm Marshall, bringing you another PA cast. I was sent this replay on the forums, the Uber forums, in my video thread. Looks to be a 2v2v2, v2 of sorts, on a planet that I really didn't expect to be a 2v2v2. Taco Tuesday is the name of the planet, so we won't be referring to that very often because there is only the one planet. But it looks interesting. So we have all of the teams spawning in their each separate quadrants, I suppose, and with these 2v2s you can have the two lanes of approach, so you can be fighting against 1 or 2 people at any one time. Looking at the teams, orange in the bottom right, we have Promethean teams Xanonis and Mango. Pink, just to the north of them, have spawned together rather than at separate places. Our YS clans Lass and Sigvard. Please let me know if I pronounce those incorrectly. To their west, in yellow, you have Panmal Sizeclaw. Blimey. Let me know how you pronounce that one. And Nerio. And finally, on Team Black to their south, who have spawned also apart, you have Ratax and Obi Wants Cannabis. Interesting. So, looking at what the teams can do, they can go into Naval if they want and contest this sort of central lagoon, I suppose you could almost say. And the alternative is Naval in this somewhat massive ocean with no metal in it whatsoever. So the only reason you'd want to go naval is to shell the coastline. And with the amount of mechs that's on the coastline, that could be a profitable endeavour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the picture-in-picture here so we can see the general gist of the fighting while I go and look at their stuff in specifics. So the Promethean team here spawning separately have been able to get a lot more metal earlier on in the game, which is fair enough, and going a reasonably heavy vehicle build and a little bit of naval to contest the naval areas as well, which is fair enough. I think narwhals, of course, to get the torpedoes, the sub there, of course, and the narwhal from black will annihilate that narwhal fairly quickly. But orcas, it looks as though are redundant from the get-go here, simply because of the torpedoes. And you saw how quickly that narwhal just shredded itself. And, well, the submarine goes down, so that's Barracuda, just popped. But yeah, the vehicles just looks fair enough, simply because the paths to each base aren't too wide, nor are they ultimately narrow. But vehicles are good sort of zoners, I suppose, compared to bots. While bots are good for raiding, harassing, and initial lockdown and map awareness and presence, vehicles, I feel, are much better at sort of holding those locations long term, especially when you start to put infernos into the mix. Of course, the counter to vehicles presently is the Grenadier, so we may see lots of Grenadiers mid to late game as well. Up on pink, oh my goodness, the air fabs are real. What is going on over here? A single interceptor or two will just wreck all that fabricate. What? Less fabricators, please. Or rather, fewer, I think is the proper English. Fewer fabricators. There we go. Torpedo launchers, sneaky. That is going to put black in a right bunch of trouble there. And a forward radar as well. That's a really interesting position for that. Now, looking at the way... So you have, as I say, these sort of corridors, as it were. This is probably the better side for vehicles rather than bots. But you have these two sort of asymmetrical corridors, and then you have the north-south divide corridors as well, with even more metal dividing them. And these are much, much better for vehicles to zone out, I feel, because of the clusters of mechs there. But the way the naval just claims ownership over this mechs here is going to make it a right nightmare for orange to claim this over black until they've pushed black out of the water. And with the commander there and the torpedo launchers up and the barracudas, that's going to be a bit of an issue. And there you can see the orcas. That's just exactly what I was saying about locking down the coastlines there, as the vehicles just have to pull away. They can't get too close, otherwise they risk losing forces. We are, oh my word, Air Force is over here coming in, taking out an expanding fabricator there. That's fair enough. We might see a second one go down. indeed, as he pulls away from the forces, black decide, you know what, we're going to go in against this lot. And so they do. Out on this side, though, on the orange, we've got lots of naval forces, lots of orcas, surprisingly. They don't have torpedo defences, so they are useless against barracudas. Out on this side, we've got massive air production from black, which is fair enough. Black, of course, spawning separately again, so that they get that massive metal advantage early game. More fabricators going down. Will they take out advanced combat fab? Not advanced combat fabs, you know what I mean. Combat fabs, there we go. Looks like they will certainly get one. They decide to pull away from the rest of them, or are they going to go back in? I personally wouldn't go back in, because you then start to go into enemy commander range and all that jazz. Ping going off from orange saying, look, black's getting metal over there. Let's go scout and do some nasty stuff. So once they've factored in some spinners into their build, which they are doing here to counter those bombers, they can go over there and do whatever they want. Of course, bombers are the perfect counter for orcas, which is why you want narwhals, because narwhals are just an absolute beast against the bombers. And you can see there the bombers flinching and fleeing so fast when they see the narwhals. We don't want to go near those, and of course the only way they can now contest that really is with barracudas. Bombers here, again, not the best micro of the bombers, simply because they targeted a single unit, and you saw how they all funneled in. If you just fly them by, they get the massive area coverage. But all the same, the army is gone, so you can't really complain too much, and Mex is being raided, so that's going to fall orange team behind. Now, we haven't looked at what's going on the north side too much, and that's because there really isn't much going on. Yellow team here, popping up into advanced bots, already got out of an advanced fabricator, but not doing too much else. Looks as though they're completely sort of sat still. They do have a sniper bot, but there's not really anything else they're doing or attempting to do. Meanwhile, pink, still with the Faber army, is the same, not really doing anything. So I think most of the focus here is going to be between Team Black and Team Orange. And Team Black is going the air focus. All it's going to take is Team Orange to go heavy anti-air, and Black's forces are going to be negated simply because Black has no land forces whatsoever, bar the bot factory over there. Interesting to see what Black decides to do in terms of advanced factories, and whether Orange decides to do that in order to try and make a push against Black. What's even more interesting is that you have these 3 fabricators expanding here with only 2 spinners to cover. Lots of peculiarities in this game already. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I do like this map design actually. I think it could work quite nicely for, say, I don't know, 2v2s or 3v3s, where you have one team spawning on the north and one team spawning on the south. I think that will be really, really nice. Oh, come on, please, someone move in with a whole air force onto pink and just destroy all the air fabbers, please. Just do it, please. Just do it. Meanwhile, oh my word, lots and lots of torpedoes. The torpedo defense is desperately trying to get up by this commander here, but the commander's there. He will start to get focused down by the torpedoes. He's losing a bit of health. He wants to move away, I think. I mean, he's not going to be dead here, but he's certainly going to lose more health than is necessary at this point. He didn't need to lose anywhere near as much as a quarter of his health there. And there's just so many torpedoes defending for Black. And more torpedoes coming in now. Pop. Against the walls. They're not getting through. Okay, so they have fixed that with walls, which is good to see. That torpedo launcher is not going to get up and stay up for very long. So torpedoes are now just starting to rain in from the torpedo launchers from Team Black. Although I think Team Black feels they have overextended just a little bit there, pulling back a little bit more. Still up on the north side, we have the T2 Air going up for pink, and a bunch of bots moving south. Not entirely sure this is going to do too much because, well, docks don't shoot while they're in the water. Half of those docks are now in the water. Well, these mechs are going to go down, but the docks really can't really do much there. And with this vehicle force, they aren't going to do much later on either. Although, having said that, the Grenadiers are quite good against vehicles, providing you have the kiting. And these walls set up here are going to provide a nice defensive point to fall back to. But Pink really need to expand. They cannot survive, especially with advanced, on just 3 metal extractors. 6, my correction. My mistake, rather. Up on the North Pole, they have got 3 more. But that's it. That is the extent of pink's influence. Yellow's influence extends just a little bit more. We've also got advanced air now as well. Wow. Advanced is definitely the way to go for Team Yellow, apparently. Going advanced air and bots. Not sure why the advanced air. But Team Black's Air Force. Oh, please. Let's see a whole bunch of air fabs go. Let's please see it. Please, please, please. 2, 1, 2. There we go. The bombers wrecking the mechs there as well. Oh, come on, go up to pink. Please go up to pink. They're going to fall onto a whole bunch of spinners here and just find that they've left orange alone for a little bit too long, who has managed to get up a substantial air defense on the ground, as it were. Pink's going from pink there, saying, "Oh, look, there's a whole bunch of forces in there. We need to watch out for that." And instead, black going for yellow's mechs, which I think at this point is fair enough. But, you know, yeah, as I said earlier, I think this is definitely currently a war between black and orange. I think possibly when yellow gets his T2 up and his eco back up again, he can maybe be a player on this stage, but pink is just not, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, pink, but at present I don't see you making a dent. So maybe because you need to expand a bit more. I mean, that bot force is beginning to look quite imposing, as with the vehicles. But for 4-5 factories, the commander's not doing anything. What's your game plan here? There can't be any worthwhile game plan. Advanced rate? What? What is pink up to? Anyway, I think I should just ignore pink at this point. See black's air force over here. They probably took out a whole bunch of air units over here as well. And some flak going up from yellow. I think that's fair enough. They'll absolutely wreck the bombers that decide to go that way. So Team Black is going to have to think of something different other than bots at this point. Not bots, sorry, air. Because everywhere has got anti-air now. Apart from pink, of course. But this force moving in, the bombers are going to have to do something about this, although there's a whole bunch of spinners. Don't target anything, just fly by. Yep, that's fair enough. Fair bomber micro, but they're all gone, look. Bombers go in, but they don't come out. Interceptors now left only. And this force is going to be nasty. Problem is, most of black is not on land, so even if orange do push through here, they're not really going to do too much damage to black. Maybe a few mechs kills and a factory kill or two, but really not much else. And they're in range of the orcas. Pings from orange saying, let's go the other way. Problem is now they're in a sort of funnel here between two naval bases. Unfortunately, though, there's only orcas on one side. But they are still going to push in and do some damage that they want to do. We have some combat fabs desperately trying to heal some dudes up. But as they go past there, just destroying those factories, that's fair enough. They don't want to hang around for too long, of course, because they did take a fair number of casualties in that bypass. You probably should have skirted around the South Pole there, simply because you probably would have killed off more mechs and done a bit more damage to the economy. But again, as I said earlier, the majority of black at this point is in the water. And the only way you're really going to do anything about that is with slammers or with a more superior navy. So that is definitely what this game is going to turn into. But we should probably keep an eye on what's going on over there in the picture-in-picture. Because that's a fairly sizable navy from orange. Lots of narwhals, which means no air is going to get anywhere near this clump. It's got an orca in the middle of it as well. That's interesting. Need some more barracudas, though. Because they are nasty. Did I just hear a Hawkins? Or was it a pelter? I did! I heard some pelters. That's not what you see every day. And wow, Orange's commander over here, he's lost even more health, down to 52%. Not great. Vehicles on this side trying to do some damage. Of course, they just can't get into the water. So Infernos or no Infernos, they really just can't reach the majority of this thing. Ooh, interesting teleporter there from Orange. Very nice indeed. Leading into the middle of the base. Any units can pop over, that's necessary. That's fair enough. Oh, this T2 defense from Yellow is going to be a nightmare to get rid of in terms of the air push. But ground push can do so nonetheless. Meanwhile, it will have to be a ground push through Pink's base at this point, I feel. Simply because going through Yellow's base will require getting through sniper bots and T3 cannons. I call them T3 because they're 3-barreled, but strictly speaking they're advanced and as such T2. But I call them T3s because you have the single barrel, double barrel and triple barrel laser turrets. But there we are. But yeah, nonetheless, the point still stands that it's going to be a nightmare for a ground force to get through that that parallel, I suppose we could call it at this point. Don't remember the name of the parallel divide between North and South Korea, but certainly reminiscent of it. Is it like the 58th, 59th, 39th? I can't remember. 48th? I don't remember. It's something parallel. There we go. This is where it turns out to be something second or first rather than Earth. Anyway, what am I on about? Anyway, this game is still going on. There's not a huge amount going on, so I'm going to speed the game up just a smidgen. Let's see what we can do. Speed up time a little bit, please. Doesn't seem to want to work. Okay. Fine. I see how it is. Well, of course, Black managing to actually move Orange out of the water here. This is actually going to be a bit of an issue for Orange on this side here, simply because the Orcas are there, Pelters are there, and some of Orange's base is also there. So Orange managing to deal a little bit of damage to Black is going to be equal on this side. And these Orcas are not going to let Pelters get up. No, sir. Still with the air superiority from Black there. And we have the naval engagement that we've been after for a while. Let's go and have a look at that quickly. As we see there, the Orcas falling to a few more torpedoes, but the Barracuda's there as well, so the Orca's packing the punch to the Narwhals, which is fair enough, and the Barracuda's providing the torpedo coverage. Though having said that, it still looks to me as though Orange has won that engagement, because there's only 2 Barracudas left. All the Orcas are now kiting those Barracudas and Orcas into the Orange docks. Docks as in D-O-C-K-S rather than D-O-X. At this point we'll have a Battle of Hastings thing where everything turns around and says, you know what, we're going to wreck your face now. Because we've led you up the garden path, as it were. Quite literally to our front door. And here you are with all the torpedoes. Try and get through these walls if you can, matey. And of course, down go the Barracudas, meaning no more torpedoes. And now torpedoes from Barracudas will reign supreme. Fantastic. And now Black is in a position where they can't really retreat because they'll get chased down by Barracudas. So that naval force is gone, and I think Orange won that in general. Good, good, good. Bombers don't want to go over the Narwhals. Oh my goodness, they're just going to get wrecked. Air superiority from Orange is beginning to pop in as well now with tons and tons of interceptors. I have no idea how many are there, but a lot. I think it's a lot, many lot. Up on the north, Pink still contented to sit tight. Yellow the same. Why? Oh my god. Okay, catapults. GG. Who builds catapults? I was aware that they weren't really a thing that is built anymore. But wow, Hulkin's positions. This looks interesting. And the air defense is there as well, means that those Hulkins reign supreme on this entire central lake here, which is really nice. Of course, oh my word. Look at the air, anti-air from Orange. This is saying, no, Denied passage over this longitude. Oh my word. There's nothing going to get over that. Now all that's necessary is a few bits of flak there, and that's all gone. A few mines from black. Not really going to be doing too much else now. Still need the slammers from orange though to really make a dent into black's naval bases. Although having said that, black now going for T2 Navy. That's an interesting move. That's a very interesting move, because we all know Leviathans are mean and nasty, and more mean and more nasty. So that's a thing to watch out for. We'll keep an eye on the way that progresses in Pip, I think. I don't know, we'll keep an eye on the whole South Pole there. There we go. Pink's still contented to do Nout, although... Oh, this is their big game plan, folks. Pink is going for a nuke, ladies and gents. What could they possibly hope to achieve with that singular nuke? Orange pinging black here, saying, "Hey, look, there's still some stuff to take out. Let's do it." And with these shellers, they have the ability to do so. Good move to also get a deep space radar. It just means that if anyone does go into orbital, Orange will know about it instantly, providing they have the power coverage, and currently they're floating about 10k of their power, which so they don't need to worry about not having radar coverage just yet. Have Yellow finished this catapult line yet? Almost. I wonder what defensive line they're going to do afterwards. Perhaps double wall strats, maybe? I don't know. God, that would just be insult to injury, just 2 lines of walls. I remember playing Age of Empires 2, where I'd build like quadruple layer fortified walls, castles in between the layers and bombard towers and all sorts. It was an absolute pain to get through until you realise I played on Black Forest all the time, and you can just trebuchet your way through the forest and round people's defences and then wreck their dudes in the back. Oh, that was frustrating. Age of Empires was fun. Anyway, I digress. Having a look around though, there's not too much to digress from. It looks as though action has sort of staled a little bit. Let's pop forward about 30 seconds. Still nothing much is going on. More pings from Orange saying, "Oh look, Yellow's doing some stuff over here. I don't want them doing that stuff." Nuke launcher is still being made by Pink. Fortunately, they just don't have the eco to do anything with it. Oh my gosh. Fewer fabricators. If there's one thing you need to learn, Pink, fewer fabricators. Goodness me. Oh, the Hulkins. I reckon fabricators, but they really need the torpedo launchers. They got 2, possibly more are necessary. Whoa, almost one shot on Norca, but not quite. We're going to see the torpedo launchers start to do their thing shortly. It looks as though black is actually pulling away from that one, which is fair enough. They need a few more Barracudas to really take on that position. Orange with the air though, they're saying, you know what, you aren't getting air superiority back, goodbye. The difficulty with this though is the commander's going to move in and start doing damage to these interceptors, and if any narwhals move over here, they're just gone. Ping from Orange saying, "What are you doing hovering them over there? That's suicide." Well, not entirely suicide, but you'll lose a number of air, although the commander's sat willy-nilly way out in the ocean somewhere. So it doesn't make anything of a difference. But yeah, so let's admit this one hasn't been as action-packed as I was expecting. Orange and black could have been doing a bit more, but I think the way this game has been played is much more slower, long-paced one, because of the way that black went naval early game and the way orange really didn't. Shellers though putting in good work down here, levelling this base, although that's the job of the levelers. Ha ha ha. PA unit naming joke is real, but there we are. Orange are beginning to expand, and they will encircle the black commander in this lake, I reckon. To the point that the moment he gets out, well, they'll know about it. Let's have a look at what Orange do actually see. So they don't see the commanders there. They don't see that the orbital launcher's there. They don't see anything else. A couple of power struggles by the look of it. They probably know the commander's there, to be honest. What do they see of yellow? Not enough. They see the Hulkins lines. That's fair enough. They don't see the nuke from pink, which is almost finished. They still have to build the missile though, and that'll be a lot longer. Nuke going up from orange though. They have the economy to handle it, apart from the metal, of course. But I think that's what they're working on here. They're getting black out of the water so they can secure these 5 mechs, and possibly these 4 as well. Oh no, they won't secure those 4 because the Hulkins are there being an absolute pain. Oh, combat fam's gone. Overkill much. And there we are. Pings going off everywhere. Stop with the pings. Oh, so pink is actually doing something. They're pinging yellow like crazy. They're saying, we got to do something about this. We got to do something about this. Problem is, you could have done something about it, but all your units have, I don't know, been on permanent standby? I don't even know what your units are doing. And stop with the fabricators, please! Okay, so pink's entire game plan is nuke, by the look of it. Problem is, if they let those Hulkins get up, and if yellow scout that nuke, it's not going to last very long. Although yellow needs some radar or some scouting of some description. There goes black's commander. I missed that. Let's pop back 15 seconds or so and see what was going on there. Oh, Hornets! Yellow claimed the first comm kill of this in an unlikely turn of events. Down it goes. That means Orange can now move in and claim this area with all of that air force. Absolute nightmare. Did I just hear a nuke get shot? I heard a nuke go somewhere. Oh. I think that's a replay bug. There we are. So they're getting a second nuke silo as well. So they're going to go double nuke snipes. That's fair enough. Black really can't do anything about this just yet because they're running out of eco. They've been pushed into the water. They do have T2 Navy. The Leviathan, however, is not broadsiding, so it's not doing as much damage as it could. It looks to be overshooting stuff as well, which isn't great. Yellow are beginning to expand at the North Pole, though. They just have all of these defences, and oh my god, pink, please. Just do something. Like, I don't care what it is, just do something. You haven't done anything all game. The same could be said for yellow, apart from that commander snipe that just happened. They're beginning to push in on orange up here, though, with sniper bots. Which I think is fair enough. Orange and yellow with massive interceptors. Orange getting the scout. Will they see the nuke? No. Yeah, pink trying to defend against interceptors with bombers. Yeah, that's a good idea. Interceptors flying over for yellow. Are the bombers going to move in again and try and scare them off with the bomberdy-bomberness? I don't know. I don't think so. That's a bad idea. And there we are, as I said earlier, when black were pushed out of the lake, the mechs are free for orange, and they do. Claim it. Ooh, the orbital though. Yeah, that's definitely a replay bug. But yeah, I wonder what they could be going here. Maybe SXX or SysX? Possibly some advanced radar. I don't really imagine anything else. They don't really need anything else. The fabricators, they're like, we're bored. Let's stop doing things. Just like everything else in Pink's base. They'll just have a rest. Yeah, let's focus down the PGen. That's cool. Let's do that. Come on now. It's not working, is it? Oh, come on, don't leave it just to decay. Oh my word, come on. This is hurting to look at, it really is. Really nothing I can say at this point. Oh, and Nuke's ready on the launch pad though. I think at this point the naval wars have gone for the time being, so I'm going to keep the picture-in-picture on this orange nuke here to see what's going on with it. We did just see a comms snipe. That was probably the defences there. Let's pop back 15 seconds. Yeah. Wrecked by Hulkin snipe. Bye! Down he goes. Shame that wasn't closer to the nuke to wipe out all those fabricators. That would have been hilarious. So your whole game investment in this Faber army just gone because your commander is in the wrong place. Come on, please, someone just fly their interceptors over there and just wreck everything, please. Oh, pink's going to make an enemy of orange here. That's not the best move. Go on, orange, please retaliate. Pink. Oh, no, they're dealing with yellow on this side. That's fair enough. Oh my god. Pink, please. Go home, you're drunk. So, from that orbital factory there, we can see the advanced radar that I suggested. It's fair enough, that'll give them the coverage they need, and they have the power to support it at this point, which is fair enough. Black at this point are also pushed back into the water, so I think we can fairly say with reasonable certainty that black are probably out of this game. Have yellow got any anti-nuclear defences? The answer to that question is no. Couple of nukes in the dead centre of that base between those commanders will wipe them both off the face of the planet. And the second nuke is ready for orange. Where's the double nuke snipe? Where's the scouting? And a third one, my word. Okay, so we're going to see a nuclear apocalypse over here. That's an interesting commander over there, actually. I haven't seen that one before. Is that new? Sort of reminds me of the Cybran commander from Subcom 2. I know there are many who deny that game's existence, but let's have a closer look at it while we wait for the nukes to launch. Although, having just said that, I think we just missed it. So let's go back and see where that nuke is going. Pretty sure we just heard a nuke launch. Maybe not. What? I am so confused. So, yeah, there really isn't much else. Let's see what orange can see. Oh, another pink comm death. Pink is out. We see all their fabricators popping. What killed them? Or did they just suicide? Yeah, they suicided. Walked off into the ocean. Lovely way to kill all the fish. How inconsiderate. But there you have it. There goes the commander. So pink is gone. Not much lost there. Sorry, pink, but yeah, that was a poor show, I'm afraid. Poor show. Not that I'm saying I could do better. I'm a pretty bad player at this game. There we are. Come on, let's fire some nukes, orange. I want to see these nukes. Let's pop forward about 30 seconds. 3 on the launch pad. Another 30 seconds. They fired them. Okay, so let's pop back a sec. There we go. 3 nukes at once, going for yellow. Oh, nasty. Oh, nasty. You don't have the power to have the coverage of yellow's base, but let's have a look at this. As they come in. Oh, nasty. Ow, ow, ow. Death, 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 and double comsplosion. Oof. Yellow's gone in one fell swoop. That's why you do stuff in free-for-alls. You know. Just saying. And now, of course, orange can do the same to black, because why not? There's the ping. First nuke's almost ready. They don't have the eco to support it. Let's pop forward about 30 seconds or so. Still not quite there. Another 30 seconds. Ah, I finally got some units building the nukes. Another 30 seconds. Almost finished building the nuke. Okay, so not much else has really happened. We had a Sussex attempt to do some stuff, but it didn't really move in. It could move in. Let's see what we see. Ah, and there's the nuke coming over. Whippity beep beep beep. Yippity beep 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 beep. And pop. Reclaim it with combat fabs. Go on. I dare ya. I dare ya. Oh, just SXX everywhere. Black Commander can't really do anything about this at this point. Skip forward another 30 seconds. We have the combat fabs moving in. Are we going to see a Commander reclaim with combat fabs? Let's have a look on the ocean floor here as we go in. Where's the... What's going on? Reclaimed on the ocean floor. I have no desire to understand what just happened, but yeah, that was a game. Sorry it was a bit slow. It was a request, so this will be a Riff-Raff cast. Leave any comments you might have. Don't forget that you can submit your replays to me. Not all of them will make it to YouTube, I'm afraid, as this one will demonstrate. In future, this sort of one where action is this slow probably won't get to YouTube. But there we are. Thanks again, folks. Until next time. Completely negated, but here come the mines. Oh, the mines! The mines! Oh, good lord, the mines! The commander's health! It's gone! Where'd it go? There's nothing left! There's nothing! Thanks, I'm Ziggy. Oh, this was a bad idea, wasn't it? Oh. Oh, the bombers finish it off.